going on? It's Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I'm in downtown Detroit because this is where I live at. I'm always excited to be down here, but I wanted to kick it with y'all for a minute because I see some content creators are still in the same sector. And what I mean by the same sector is they're unable to evolve past where they're at, right? And so you can always reinvent yourself. And I'm not even talking about as far as the type of content that you produce, but I'm talking about the type of stuff that you take in on a regular basis. You can always reinvent yourself because you no longer have to subject yourself to the same stuff that you're subjecting yourself to. Listen, some of y'all not growing, and this goes beyond content creation. Some of y'all aren't growing because you still stuck in the hood. You stuck in the hood on YouTube. You stuck in the hood on Instagram. You stuck in the hood on Facebook. You stuck in the hood on TikTok. You stuck in the hood in real life. In real life, when you think about the fact that some people only think the world is as big as their neighborhood, it's sad, right? And that's why we always say, hey, you got to travel. You got to see things outside of your own sector. You need to evolve. You need to go to a different state, go to a different city around you, travel overseas, start to get more experiences. Because when you then get outside of your own sphere of influence, you start to see things a little bit differently because everything that we know and everything that we've learned in our lifetime is a learned behavior. So let's say, for example, you come into the content creation space, right? And you came into the beef sector. And what I mean by the beef sector is not even beefing as far as or understanding what's happening on a national level as far as this person don't like that person and you reacting to it. I'm talking about you don't like a particular person that's in your sector, but y'all both still small and there's no core benefit to y'all beefing or having this conversation, but y'all continue to do so because you in your feelings. And most people don't evolve that way. Most people never get to the next space. They never get to the next level. They never grow. They never grow to the point to where they can actually make anything meaningful. And they think that all of the little monies that they making, and don't get me wrong, it's extra, so everything that you make is actually dope. But my point is that they get used to the same thing over and over again, and you don't think that you can do any better. But the minute that you divest yourself from a certain segment or from a certain sector, you start to evolve. I got to give the lead attorney a lot of credit. I've watched his growth from the time that I think when I found him or when I discovered him, he probably had like 15,000 subscribers.
You know what time
and
it is? Oh, my bad.
What?
You know what time it is?
Yeah, it's 9:30.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was watching the lead attorney, and I was with him around the time that, or I discovered him around the time that I think he had like 15,000 subscribers, and I discovered him through my dog O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? And he's evolved and he's grown, but he's mastered. I think personally, and I love what it is that he's doing. He's mastered his niche. He's taken what he's done from a professional perspective, and he's evolved it to the point to where he's literally been able to grow his channel, grow his influence, and grow his following to where he's getting noticed on a national level, right? And I'm just watching from afar, even though I have a relationship with him, even though I can contact with him. I just watch and all, and I like to give people their flowers when it's not necessarily like something specific that they're doing, but I always like to reference certain things in order to give people their flowers because I think that influences me to continue to evolve and become great, right? Now, here's the key. The lead attorney hit me up, and he was like, yo, Anton, there's certain things that you probably should just let go and move past because you've grown beyond that. And that sat with me because, I was receptive to it because I always take advice and insight from people that surround me that's, got my best interest at heart. And I was receptive to it, but I was just like bothered by it because it was so difficult for me to leave the thing that I was around in order to evolve, to start to grow into the part to where I'm really supposed to embrace. Long story short, I was practically forced. Like my hand was forced. I wasn't forced in that I had to let it go or evolve past a certain space, but I was practically forced. And when I met at Crossroads, I was like, okay, Anton, how you gonna play this? Where you gonna go? Are you gonna be mature about your growth? Are you gonna continue to fight to stay in the same space and be, kind of stifled in your growth and stuff like that? And so I thought about the lead attorney, and his head was, his speech was sticking in my head, and I was like, you know what? I'm gone. I'm off. And as soon as I did it, I just literally evolved into a completely different space. So much so that I still keep his voice in my head in order to continue to evolve, because I'm still looking at it and I'm like, man, am I in a space that I really need to be in right now, even though I've evolved into this space? And so you got to be receptive. You got to be open to the possibilities, because you may miss your opportunity. And, you know, somebody always told me that success is when opportunity meets preparation, right? And so when you consider that and you think about that, and you're really honest with yourself about your own growth, have we shot ourselves in the foot to where we can't evolve past it because we so stubborn, we so ignorant? Let me tell you something, bro. I seen 50-year-old men, 50 fucking year old men fighting on the internet talking about, I'ma see you in person. Threats on the internet. Now let's say something actually happened to the person. Then what? So you've been on this earth for 50 years and you haven't been able to understand how you need to move a little bit differently? That's sad to me. That's actually sad to me. And God forbid that you see 50-year-old men crashing out and going to jail because they're not mature enough to evolve past wherever it is. You still stuck on your ego. You still stuck on respect. You're not ever going to see this person in real life. You've never met that person in real life. Now people trying to find where each other live and they trying to find each other jobs. Man, that's silly, bro. That's dumb. And you know what's so funny? I can't even remember half of the people that I done ever got into it with in real life, let alone actually getting into it with a person on the internet. And you can't, or you allowing for that to stifle your blessings and to stifle where you at. Listen, if it ain't even making no bag, if it's not even meaningful on that front, what we doing? Because I thought that that's what we was here for. We was here to do the thing that we love, create great content, have great conversations, and then go and get that money as a result of it. Be rewarded for the things that we do great. But if we not here for that, then what we here for? We just here to bicker and to be on there and to talk and to get our ego off. I see the same people. I see some of the same people literally still doing the same thing with no growth. As a matter of fact, I was looking at one person, and I just be laughing because God be dealing with people. They actually going down in growth. A lot of things that I've seen in content creation, but I ain't never ever seen for no reason a person just go down because people just like, you know what, that just ain't me no more. That's just not my thing. Are you like that?
You like that?
You like that?
I like the portion.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you, bro. But anyways, you know, it's beautiful, man. The growth is beautiful. Life is beautiful. The journey is beautiful. The things that we learn as we continue to grow, and we're going to continue to evolve. We're going to do things great. We're going to get this money. We're going to get this bag, and ain't nobody going to slow us down and nobody going to stop us. We're going to run it up 100 times out of 100. And I pray, I hope and pray for your sake that you actually evolve past your circumstances to grow into the spaces that you're supposed to be in. If you still bickering and fighting, you still stuck on the same shit that you was on last year, take the same advice that the lead attorney gave me. Anton, it's time for you to move on. You've outgrown where you at right now. It's time to grow. And I'm going to forever be thankful for him. I'm going to forever be thankful for that. If I never get, you know what I'm saying, any other piece of advice from the lead, then that's what I'm going to rock with. And I always, again, like to give people their credit. It wasn't no idea of mine. It's some people and it's other people that God is going to send in your life that may give you something that you need in order to evolve to the spaces that you're supposed to be in. So I love you. I appreciate you. Hopefully you take that advice. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.